Welcome back to Chain Gang Games. I'm your host, Martin Chain Gang, and boy, do we have a fun series kicking off for you today. That's right, it is the launch of the EA College Football 25 Teambuilder Dynasty, covering the Vermont State University Buccaneers. Taking a look now over at the Vermont State details on the Teambuilder website here. You can see the logo, the apparel brand is going to be Under Armour, and of course we're going to be rocking the black and gold until we die. Taking a look at the home uniform preview here, going to be black and gold of course, and the away uniform, very similar to the home. The jersey is just flipped with the color scheme. Of course, every single uniform set needs its disgusting, ugly counterpart, and that is exactly what the Chrome Dome uniform alternates are going to be. All yellow, chrome helmet, can't get any uglier than that. And then on special game days, we're going to have the VSU blackout, very similar to the Penn State whiteout. The crowd is going to be decked out in all black. The stadium is going to be blacked out. The uniforms are blacked out. Going to be playing them at night. Those are for the special rivalries, game of the weeks, you name it. Moving on to the stadium here. Join me at Shipwreck Cove. We're going to be using the App State Stadium. Geographically inaccurate, however, very much the same type of environment with the hills, the trees. Very New England-y, very mid-Atlantic. Also has the black and yellow color scheme already. We're just going to have to ignore the giant A's on the buildings in the back. On the offense, we're going to be running the Kansas Jayhawk playbook. Got a lot of the options, got a lot of the spread formations, and a good, healthy amount of trick plays. Something we are desperately going to need as our team sucks. On the defensive side of the ball, we're going to go with the generic playbook out of the 3-3-5 tight set. Allows us to keep kind of a base nickel on the field at all times, as well as still keeping at least 5 or 6 in the box to stop the run. Taking a look at the dynasty settings here, playing on Heisman difficulty. We'll get to the sliders here in just a bit. We're going to be playing on 9-minute quarters. Excel clock is going to be on with that 15-second minimum. Just in case we want to call any audibles or hot routes really quickly. Everything else is normal. Coach firing on Coach XP, normal. Everything else the same. Going into importing the team from Teambuilder, we're going to be taking over the spot held by the UConn Huskies. Taking a look at the conference overview real quick. We're going to be in the American Conference with Army, Charlotte, East Carolina, FAU, Memphis, Navy, North Texas, Rice, UAB, Tulsa, Tulane, Temple. We'll pause here, give a little shout out to VSU, and USF and UTSA to round the house. Getting into the actual coach creation here, we will be using the recruiter archetype, as I have found that gives you the best year one benefits from signing recruits, as chain gang, there has to be a little space between the chain and the gang, simply because for some reason, with no space, the game reads it as profanity. Offensive playbook, as we stated earlier, is going to be the Kansas Jayhawk playbook. Gives us all the trickeration and things that we're going to be looking for to kind of blow the top off the defense without having to rely on our talent. Lack of. Defensive playbook, that 3-3-5 tight defense. Coach Changang hails from Wisconsin. We're going to use New England as our recruiting pipeline just to stay true to the school. And as we wrap up our coach creation here, we're going to be throwing on the old jersey style shirt, just like us big boys love to have. Unfortunately, it is going to be in UConn colors, as it does not register the school's colors for the coach creation. All right, let's get into the different sliders that we're going to be using. I found these sliders through a friend of mine who found them on Reddit. I believe the person on Reddit's name is Dangerous Feeling, who just takes basically every single sports game out there and finds the most realistic sliders in their opinion. I've played a couple games with these sliders now. Feels pretty good, feels a little more balanced in terms of the gameplay. And that's both for the XP sliders as well as the actual gameplay. So I'm going to do a quick brief overview on those here. I'll also leave a link to the Reddit post with the sliders for both All-American and Heisman difficulty down. I did tweak a couple of the little things, such as I believe they had roughing and running into the kicker off. But I want those things on. I'm aware that it does happen a little too frequently in this game so far, but I think that they are definitely needed. All right, let's move on over to the red shirts. And with this team being as bad as it is to start out, every single true freshman on this roster will be redshirted. Not a single one of them is good enough to really make the starting lineup. There is a couple receivers and tight ends that are technically second, third, or fourth on the depth chart, but I want them to develop. If there is any gap in recruiting in the future, I need some youngins to get developed enough to where I can fill them in for a gap year and recruit further as we go along. So that's what I'm doing here, just every single one of them, and there are some bad recruits. Taking a look real quick at the initial VSU school grades. Championship contender at D+, program tradition is going to be at a C-, campus lifestyle C-, stadium atmosphere D+, pro potential C-. We also have brand exposure at a C+, academic prestige at a B+, and conference prestige at a B, coach stability as well as coach prestige both at a C, athletic facilities D. Now let's meet the starting team. QB1, Tyler Olson, number 8, is a senior out of Scituate, Massachusetts, coming in at a low 71 overall. He will have 82 speed, 84 acceleration, 83 agility. He will have that 79 awareness along with the 86 throw power, 87 short accuracy, 81 medium, 73 deep accuracy. So we're definitely going to be throwing the ball a lot shorter. Tyler Olson stands at 6'3", 209. QB2 for us, just in case Tyler goes down or he's just bad. David DePaul, 64 overall, 75 speed, 78 acceleration, 79 agility, so definitely not as fast as Tyler. Does have 63 awareness, 85 throw power, 82 short accuracy, 77 medium, and 78 deep. 90 throw on the run, 81 throw under pressure, and 70 break sack. To the running backs, we're going to do a little 1-2 dynamic duo approach this year. We're going to have junior running back Spencer Strickland be the RB1 for us. 72 overall, 86 speed, 89 acceleration and agility with 87 change of direction, 69 nice strength, 78 awareness, 73 carrying, so we'll have to keep an eye on the fumbles for sure. 83 ball carrier vision, 75 break tackle, 78 catching though is good out of the backfield. He is a receiving back after all. Moving on now to the RB2, Keontae Tyson, 5'11", 207. He's also a junior. He is going to be faster than Spencer though at 91 speed, 94 acceleration, 92 agility with 93 change of direction. Those are the type of stats I want to see. However, 69 awareness, 80 carrying, 82 vision, 79 break tackling, does have a nice 85 juke move, which is nice. However, his hands are not that great, especially for being a receiving back. Moving on to the wide receiver position. Wide receiver 1, senior deep threat Demetrius Williamson, 76 overall. Not that great of speed, 87 speed, 90 excel, 87 agility. Does have 85 awareness with 84 catch and catch in traffic. 89 spec catch is really nice to see. 84 short route running, 81 medium route, and 71 deep route. Again, pretty low on the route running as far as a deep threat goes, but he does have 85 release and jumping. Demetrius Williamson lands at 6'3", 202 out of Exeter, New Hampshire. Wide receiver 2 for us is Javion Foreman Jr. out of Missoula, Montana. 72 overall, 87 speed, just like Williamson. 89 acceleration, 84 agility, 81 change of direction, 78 awareness, 76 catching, 79 in traffic, 83 spec catch, those low to mid 70s for route running, 87 release and 86 jumping is decent though. So we will be looking for that a little on the outside perimeter. He's also 6 flat, 192. So he's a little bit lankier than Williamson. In the slot, we're going to have sophomore Scooter Page, 5'11", out of Preston, Iowa. It's going to be 67 overall, 88 speed, 86 acceleration, 87 agility. He's going to have that 76 awareness, 75 catching, 77 in traffic, 82 spec catch. His route running, again, is going to be, start in the high 70s, and then the deeper down the field it goes, it dips down into the 60s. 87 jumping, not that great release, which is why we're using him out of the slot. He's smaller, again at 5'11", 191. Hopefully we get him off some crosser routes and don't put him in a hospital. Moving over to the tight end, we have Scott McLawler, the 6'4" blocking tight end junior out of Hoover, Alabama. 75 speed, 79 acceleration, 78 strength is really good for a tight end. 75 catching both as well as in traffic, 80 spec catch. Route running's not that great, or 73 on the again, not that great. His blocking grades actually are really bad, so I'm kind of curious as to see why he was put as a blocking tight end, and even more so on the tight end 2. Alex Gunderson, a junior, 6'5", out of Charlotte, North Carolina, home of the Teppers. 48 overall is abysmal, and I hate the fact that he's seeing the field at all. 80 speed, however, again, that's 75 catching, high 70s for the in-traffic and spec catch. Blocking grades are awful. Mid 50s, low or high 40s at best. Quickly going through the offensive line here, we have a 75 overall at the left tackle, 74 at the left guard, 70 overall on the center position. Right guard's going to be a nice, actually not 69 overall. And then at right tackle, 71 overall. So definitely some work to do on the O-line, which just goes back into the recruiting. Defensive line, we got a 71 overall left end junior power rusher out of Oakdale, Connecticut, Joshua Townsend. He's got 80 speed, 89 acceleration, really quick jump off the ball, 74 awareness, play recognitions in the 70s as well. 80 power moves is really nice to see there. Tackling only at 73, and 85 hit power though is nice, 78 pursuit as well. So there are some things I like here, obviously, and then there's other things that I don't. Moving over to the right end, it gets worse. Kobe Garland, power rusher, 6'5", out of Nashville, Tennessee. The sophomore stands at a 64 overall, 74 speed, 81 acceleration, 74 strength, 78 play recognition. Not that great on the power moves, but he does get up into the high 70s for the finesse moves, as well as the 70s block shedding. Tackling is in the high 60s, which sucks. 81 hit power, 79 pursuit. Moving over to the defensive tackle position here. Deshaun Weeks, 6'1", junior out of Brigton, Maine. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that as well. In abysmal, a slower than me probably, 50 speed, 57 acceleration. This dude can barely stand up by the time the ball is 10 yards downfield. Does have 86 strength though, which is nice. 81 power moves as well. 78 tackling with 84 hit power. Well, when you're that slow, I sure hope that when you do land a hit, it is a powerful one. On the left edge here, we have Taj Cole, the junior, 6'4", 232 out of Bridgeport, Connecticut, 72 overall, nice 83 speed with 87 acceleration. This guy's a really good athlete, 82 awareness with 85 play recognition, 81 tackling is great. A bunch of 70s and 60s on all the other stats though. So this guy's just a really good athlete with really good form tackling, which honestly, that's all we can really hope for right now. Let's get to the defensive captain, the anchor, Chase Freeman, the senior field general, 6'1", 241 out of Warwick, Rhode Island. 79 overall, one of the highest, if not the highest on the team. 81 speed with 87 acceleration, 70s for the agility, 84 awareness though, and 87 play recognition is huge, along with 87 tackling and 91 hit power. Love that. 88 pursuit as well. You're not getting away from Chase Freeman, giving me some Luke Kuechly vibes with a 90 toughness grade. We love to see that. When he's not in on the tackle, it should be Bubba Van Claiborne, one of the best names on the team. Out of Portland, Oregon, the 6'2 junior, 70 overall. Everything that Bubba Van Claiborne can do isn't bad. It's just that Chase Freeman does it better. Moving on to the corner position, the CB1, the only one I'm going to highlight here, Jaden Bowie. 5'11", 190 out of Watertown, Connecticut, with 91 speed. One of the fastest guys on the team, again, if not the fastest. 84 man coverage, 76 zone coverage, 89 jumping, though, is really good. Moving over to the free safety position here, hybrid safety out of Exeter, New Hampshire, 6' junior, Nico Solomon. 71 overall with 86 speed, 89 acceleration. Awareness is also going to be in the 80s with play rec at 82. Man coverage is down in the dumps. Zone coverage, not much better. Good jump rating, but everything else is kind of down. So hopefully he develops a little bit. Hopefully he can make a few plays for us. Our starting strong safety is going to be Alexander Valentine, the 6' senior hybrid safety, again out of Exeter, New Hampshire. That's the second guy we've seen here. 66 overall, 82 speed, so he's not that fast. He does have quick jump though at 91 acceleration. His coverage skills are not that great. However, 92 hit power is exactly what you want to see in a hard-hitting strong safety for run support. Moving over to going to be Quincy Blue, the 5'11 sophomore. One of the few sophomores that's actually going to see play time this year. Not that athletic, low to mid 80s on those athletic scores there. Does have some of the better coverage skills though. 73 man, 70 zone. Not that great all around, but 86 jumping, and this is kind of what we're left with, unfortunately. And at the kicker position, we have senior out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, Ian Wells. Do not let that accurate tendency fool you. This man has 72 kick accuracy, which is terrible. 90 kick power though, so you know, at least we can launch it into the stands from at least 40 yards away. Not really much else to be said there. He's just bad. Taking a look at the season 1 schedule here, we're going to open up at North Texas, home against Memphis, at Maryland, home against FAU. Got a bye week, week 5, before back-to-back home games against Tulsa and Navy, followed by another bye week, then 3 more home games against Charlotte, Georgia State, and UAB, then 3 road games against East Carolina, Syracuse, and UMass. Looking at the skill tree with the recruiter archetype, because of the amount of O-linemen I have on my recruiting board, I'm going to upgrade that first. Taking a look at our coordinators now, does look like our defensive coordinator has some recruiting skills built in already. However, what I want to focus on is our offensive coordinator having the master motivator already unlocked. That could be huge for us down the stretch. All right, now that we're into week 1, let's take a look at the recruiting board just real quick. We're going to sort by national rank here. We do have a few 4-stars in the New England area that are very, very intrigued in coming to our school. There's quite a few gems as well. Now, what I'm really thinking is going on here is that a lot of these guys are going to be looking more for that academic prestige as well as proximity to home, with a few of them sprinkled in with the playtime. So that, I think, is where a lot of these are coming from. We're going to go ahead and throw the contacting friends and family influence at every single 4-star and every single 3-star gem that we have. We're really focusing a lot, just kind of like on whoever wants to come to the school, we're going to take. Because if you are at a 3 or 4-star caliber, you're going to be seeing the field within the first 2 years, if not year 1. There's a decent amount of gem prospects in the offensive line category, which I'm very pleased with. So hopefully we can get some protection for longer than half a second, which is a problem that I've noticed thus far in this game already. Everyone else, though, not a 3-star gem or higher, we're going to be sliding into some DMs here to include the fullbacks, the kickers, some edge rushers, and I believe a receiver or two as well. Anyway, that's all I have for episode 1 here, the official introduction to Vermont State and Coach Chang Gang. With that being said, I'd like to thank each and every single one of you that has made it through to the end of this video. Stay tuned for the next video where we will jump into Game 1, the series official debut of Vermont State.